In this video, I'll share some insights into the close relationship that Finnish and Nordic people have with nature and offer some ideas on how you can bring more natural elements into your own life too, to relax and to reset. Hi, my name is Jana. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about slow living and my life in the Finnish countryside. I make these videos for people who want to explore a slower lifestyle, and I hope that my videos can offer you a small break from the busyness of the world. Spending time in nature as a reset can be especially beneficial if you're a sensitive person like I am and feel like the world we live in is loud and overwhelming. Small moments matter, not just wow experiences. In Finland, nearly 80% of the land area is forest, and that means we have a very easy access to nature. In fact, I just read that the average distance for a Finn to a forest is 700 meters, and 41% of Finns have regular access to a summer cottage. But not just that, also cities in Finland have a lot of green areas. Some even say that whole Finland, including Helsinki, the capital, is rural. And we also have this thing called everyone's rights. That means that everyone can walk, ski or bike almost anywhere in the forests, in nature, even when it's someone else's private property. And this means that for Finns, nature isn't just some hiking trip once a year. It's something that you have in your everyday life. You don't have to climb to a mountain or see exotic animals to be impressed, because even small moments in nature can be really meaningful. If you've been watching my videos before, you know that I live next to a forest. I live in the Finnish countryside. Just looking out the window is like a nature live stream for me. But because many of us have such easy access to nature, it means that in Finland it's common to just take a little break, have a walk in your nearby forest or park when you need a reset or you feel a bit stressed out. It can be just 10 to 15 minutes, but it's beneficial, especially if you do it regularly. And there are even studies to back this up. They say that 10 minutes in nature lowers your blood pressure and 20 minutes improves your mood. That's because our brain hasn't changed that much in the past 10,000 years. We still feel like nature elements around you are relaxing, automatically almost. But what does all of this have to do with you? The whole point of me sharing this is that to have benefits from nature, you don't need to chase the most dramatic experiences. It doesn't have to be something extraordinary, because small, accessible moments matter too. So even if you don't live in a rural area like I do, you can bring small natural elements into your life. In fact, studies show that just watching pictures from nature can have a similar effect on our central nervous system than actually spending time in nature. So next time you feel stressed out or overwhelmed, go for a walk into a park near you and really pay attention to what you can hear, smell and see. Or maybe if you can't do that, just play nature sounds in the background to relax. Bring plants into your house. Maybe grow some herbs on your windowsill. You can have a connection to nature in small, meaningful ways. If you make it an everyday habit, it will have an impact on your well-being. In my fantasy, nature is a pristine place of biodiversity and peace. It's a magical ecosystem, undisturbed by human intervention. But in reality, nature isn't as unspoiled as one might wish, even in Finland. I'm bringing this up because I'm assuming that at least some of you watching this video might be living in more urban areas and might be wondering whether you will be able to add nature to your life in the way I suggested because of your surroundings. But in fact, that's something many of us Finns are thinking about as well. While we do have a lot of forests, only 6% of them are protected. And that means that 94% of our forests are commercially exploited. And I'm mentioning this because I want to remind myself and others that your nature experience doesn't have to be perfect. It can start with just admiring a single flower or stopping to listen to birdsong for a few moments. Even if you're not in a perfectly serene environment in the wilderness. Because nothing is perfect in life anyway, except small fleeting moments. And you will never catch those moments if you constantly turn your attention to what could be better or what is wrong. Too much traffic noise in your park, too many trees felled, too many other hikers coming by. All that can ruin the little joy you could have had. But try focusing on the beautiful movement of leaves in the wind instead, the scent of the ground after rain, or the moment you see the first butterfly of the spring. When you zoom in like that, the moment can be really perfect, even if your circumstances aren't. Of course, this doesn't mean that we shouldn't protect our forests more, or that we shouldn't pay more attention to green areas in urban development. But that's a topic for another discussion. Kill two birds with the same stone. I just had to use this figure of speech, even though it feels a bit funny in the context of nature, but you know what I mean. My point is that Finnish people often combine their nature experience with some added value, such as exercising or gathering berries or mushrooms or maybe skiing in the winter. A common way to add a nature element to your day here in Finland is to cycle to work. Of course, it depends on where you live and what your route is, but you will get exercise and you are able to enjoy maybe the chirping of the morning birds the first thing. When I lived in Helsinki, I had the habit of walking to work. It was something like 3 kilometers. And the route went past a really big green area. So when I got to work, I felt energized but relaxed at the same time. It felt like the perfect way to start the day. Of course, this approach has a pitfall, and you might have guessed what it is. If you always have a double agenda, you are aiming to do two things at the same time, you won't really stop to enjoy the little things. And you might be so caught up with reaching your destination or getting enough kilometers in that the whole thing won't really be a nature experience at all anymore, just sports. So even if you have this kind of a double agenda when going to nature, try to enjoy your surroundings with all your senses. The added bonus is that according to studies, we find exercise less strenuous when done in nature, in natural environment. I hope this video brought you some ideas on how to bring more nature into your everyday life and some inspiration about the Nordic lifestyle in general as well. As always, let me know your own experiences down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Remember to take care of yourself. See you in the next video. Bye.